Revenue basically based on two important factors. One is the positive cash flow, and second one is the profitability. So if you have a huge profitability, but it not means you are always be cash positive. And if you are cash positive, then it not means you are very profitable. It's a basic of any of the business understanding. Now, how the next gen is going to convert or going to increase the revenue in a hospital. If I take a hospital, then I can see it's a two industry. One is medical, another is the hospitality. So nowadays, when people come into the hospital, there is a feedback on the treatment, feedback on the doctors, feedback on the medicine, pathology, laboratories, cost and all. Then there is another feedback like how good the floor is, how good the hygiene in the bathroom. So if I divide it into two factors, then one is the hospitality and second one is the medical facility. In the medical facility, let's divide it into two categories of the hospital. One is the very budget hospital and second one is the hospital like Medica, Apollo and Amri and others. So now the AI of the next step, how support a budget hospital to increase the revenue. To a budget hospital, it's a less than 100 bed or 70 to 150 to 100 bedded hospital, primarily based on the tier 3 and the tier 4 cities. And the footfall of the patient always comes from the community. So in my previous speaker was talking about the customer engagement programs or patient engagement programs. In these programs, AI or the next gen technology can run a very dramatic, dramatic outcomes. How it is? Let's give you an example. I represent a company called EzeRx. So the stance is EG for the prescription. What we do basically is we build a device which can measure hemoglobin without pricking the blood. So a patient can come and simply place the finger in the device, and within less than a minute, we can quickly detect how much hemoglobin somebody has. So now, similar kind of technology, this next gen tech now is available in breast cancer identification. Now it's available in early detection of the heart disease. So these are the devices are not costly like an MRI machine or the CT scan. A budget hospital can do a patient engagement programs near their hospital, let's say 30 kilometer, 50 kilometer radius, and can identify, aware the patient, like what the basic problem they have. If I say anemia, then in India, 2 out of every 3 women are having anemia. We all know the statistics, but who is this 2 out of 3? The hospital should identify the target patient or the customer. So to do that, we have to do a quick screen. But I can go for both the screen. I can go for invasive testing method or the currently available laboratory technology. And also I can go for some market available non-invasive or some high-tech or next-gen products. What these next-gen products will give you the benefit? One is, when you are a budget hospital, you have a resource constraint. And if you have a resource constraint, or the quality of the resource is not so like Medica or Apollo what they are bringing in. So that tool, when you are going to the community, it will help you to collect the data. So data means it's a patient information. So patient information means it's maybe Aadhaar ID or maybe other ID or maybe phone number and so. It also gives you the insight of the locality or the patient, not in the clinical side, on the behavioral or economical aspect. Give you an example. If I go a district, example of Bankura, Purulia, Murshidabad in our state, then if I ask like how many women are using sanitary napkins, what was the basic blood flow during the periods, if it is high, mild or moderate. So these all information along with the hemoglobin value give you the larger picture of a geography, larger picture of the average, the average patients, or you can say average outcomes of a geographies. So the tool is giving you the primary data, tool is giving you the secondary data. So it's the medical records, medical values, or some parameter output. Also the primary data, like what about the patient, what the location is, and how the behavioral aspect of this patient in the certain locality. Now you have to do some, using the primary and the secondary data, you have to work on some of the tertiary outcomes. What are tertiary outcomes? If you know, in a certain geography, people are having the problem in high blood flow during the period, but they are not aware like what the problem is. It may be natural. If you found most percentage of the patient or the subject are having a low hemoglobin value, low vitamin D, or the other parameters. So now you are identifying a target audience, the target geography, and you have all the data. So you don't need a person who will go and collect all the data. Whenever you are doing a test, so the people also see, like, it's a very crazy tool. You just place the finger and do the test. There are some ECG equipment nowadays, like you just hold your two fingers, just in a minute it will give you the results. So now a subject is involving with the gadgets, generating the data, secondary data, and when you are talking to the customers, you are asking some basic questions that is giving the primary data. So if you club together, you will identify the right kind of geography and right kind of disease profiling for a certain geography you are looking for. These are the way where you can deploy the next gen tech products or the services to increase your revenue. Now coming to the big hospital like Apollo or Amri, these are the hospitals. Just few days back, I went to Chennai for a doctor consultation, and I see the Apollo Chennai hospital have some digital kiosk, and also there are facilities you can go and you can register yourself. Now, when somebody is doing the registration in the kiosk, you have to give some details, and based on that, give you the list of the doctors. Now, again, when your registration is over and you are going for a secondary or the super specialty consultation, again there is a registration process. And after the registration process, your doctor consultation is over and they are giving you the physical report outcomes. So now, if I assume big hospitals are equipped with very high and very costly equipments, where the person can go and get a right kind of treatment. Now, what is the role of the AI or the next gen for this kind of hospital is make a standalone system which can be talk each other. So if I give you the example, if your organization have a sales team and the marketing team and the finance, if the marketing team knows like how much they are going to spend and what the outcome. But based on the outcome, the sales team should take this lead and convert. And then the business also do the similar kind of forecasting to see and align to the top management. Yes, this was my budget. This was expenses by the marketing team. This business I generated from the sales. And this is our forecasted budget and the achievement so far. But if the interdepartmental relation or the transaction is not happening, or the talking or interaction is not happening, then it's very crazy system. So I believe, like not I am, as per the latest PwC report, around 92% of the hospital and the clinics are not well equipped with interacting with the different verticals, with the sales and marketing or so and so forth. So here, if we got all the data and the seamless of the transaction of the data from one system to others, given an example, if I think there is a Tally and there is an Excel, nobody can talk each other, but there is a provision where we can do some integration, they can talk. Similarly, let's think you are in Salguni and you are doing a screening, heart screening for a patient as your part of your community engagement programs. Now you generate a data. Now data got transferred. If there is a severity in the data, now this data got transferred to the hospital, to the critical care, the patient care. So if it is all aligned, and end of the day, if you are saying like India is evolving and we are also trying to reduce the disease burden for a specific disease, then the whole calculation will come in a single screenshot. I don't want to go for the slide presentation. So these are the two aspects I want to convey all of the audience. Now, given in one small example of a small ambulance, how transform people's life as well as how they increase the revenue for a small hospital and a large hospital. Now, when Ola came to the market, when they come and promote, please take this cab, there is a huge discount. We all of a sudden changes our whole regular lifestyle from a regular transportation of the mobility to the Ola. But I'm not criticizing or creating any comments on any brands. But if you see now, when you are habituated, is the quality of cleanness of a car, is the quality of the driver, is the quality of the service are well maintained? I believe it's no. And that's why most of the people are always preferring to visit private hospitals, not visiting to the government hospitals. Government hospitals is only few. They have a renowned doctors. But what is the lack? Lack is the quality control in the whole ecosystem. I'm not telling the quality control on the treatment process, techniques and all this. If today there is a strong regulation came and say ambulance should have these many parameters. The nanoparticle or the ambience in an ambulance should be this much. The shocker pressure should be this much. And the cleanliness of an ambulance is this. Then it will also transform and it will save many lives. If you see a normal ambience environment and you go to the ambulance, there are certain percentage of the ambulance are not well equipped, not maintain the hygiene properly. So now what AI or the generative AI or new small IoT-enabled device can do, just simply placing some sensor in the ambulance, it quickly gives you the update, like what is the temperature, what is the nanoparticle availability in this environment, how speed the ambulance is traveling from one place to another place, what is the speed changes in the time, and then if it is equipped with small sum of the 5-6 basic devices, small devices, one heart monitor or the pulse oximetry, what we use in the ICU, and then if the data is transmitting to the hospital in a real time, then you can also be ready to get the, if your emergency is full or if you are having 2-3 beds, now you can prioritize like which patient I am going to give the beds. So these are the small change are transforming, this technology is transforming many verticals, and we believe in the coming days it will also going to impact the healthcare heavily. Thank you so much. I hope it's a very nice interacting with you. Thank you.